Today's patio chat is being brought to you locally by Westridge Furniture in Delphus. See it all at your finer outdoor furniture store.
And welcome out to the patio as we continue with Noon Edition. We have Tom Grothous, our local auto expert, with us. And first of all, I had somebody ask me the other day, what makes you a local auto expert? Tell us your background, because some people don't know.
Well, I originally was a mechanic, technician, and then I went to the University of Northwestern Ohio as a teacher. I always said, somehow, some way, these mechanics, these technicians need to know more information. I was a bookworm. I loved books. I loved getting all kind of information, and I was out at the University of Northwestern Ohio for 38 years.
Okay, I think that makes you an expert. So let's talk tune-ups and get things going today.
An expert, is it has been and a little squirt. So, but no, talking about the things I came up with this week was when I came up with it, I said about maintenance costs for vehicles. And my wife says, "You're kidding me. They haven't gone down." Well, if you take it on the lifetime of the car, they have. For instance, tune-ups. We had to do a tune-up every 15,000 miles. And now, when do you change your plugs? 100,000 miles? You go in for an oil change, you get your air filter changed, you get your oil changes, your fluids and all that, but tune-ups, non-existent. I don't even know what that is.
Yeah.
And then brakes. Brakes, we had, 20,000 miles, drum brakes. Now we got disc brakes, 60, 80,000 miles, not unheard of. Exhaust. We used to have to change out exhaust all the time because the Y pipes would rust through, the mufflers would go. If you look at brake shops, muffler shops, tune-up shops, we just don't have that anymore.
Right.
It used to be every street corner you had a muffler shop or a brake shop or a tune-up shop. We don't have it. We have service facilities now.
Now, the one thing that we do have now is the catalytic converter that they didn't really have back then, and those have become a bit of a problem because people like to swipe them and steal them.
Because of the cost, yes. But as far as from the engine to the catalytic converter, we don't replace those. The government says you have to have at least 100,000, 125,000 miles for emissions. So that has all been stainless steel, and it stays good unless you've got a thief that comes around and steals it. But from the catalytic converter back, we've changed it. But, your tailpipes would last, 125,000 miles. What hasn't changed is the maintenance costs for diagnostics, the electronics. That seems to be the problem. It's not that the electronics are bad, it's where we're getting them made from and the quality of the electronics. So your diagnostic costs are extremely high now. $400 to put a diagnostics on your car to find out what's wrong. What comes out is sometimes they're misdiagnosed and your cost goes up from a misdiagnosed, and you put on an electronic part that's pretty expensive and it didn't fix the problem. So that's what the price is going up. But our everyday things, our brakes, shocks, tires, we don't even put on shocks anymore. Tie rod ends, ball joints, tires, 80,000 miles on tires. Used to be the bias ply tires, 20,000 miles never wore out. So our cost for the life expectancy of the car has really decreased on maintenance. What hasn't is if we fail to do our preventative maintenance, then our costs are going to exponentially increase from not doing our preventative maintenance.
All right. Thank you so much for your wealth of information and your expertise, Tom. And Holly is back. She'll have a full look at medical coming up.